organization, is a synergy center for small and mid-sized enterprises. OSTİM was established in 1967 and gained the title of Organized Industrial Region in 1997. It is a good model for Turkey and the world, with its strong organization, production variety, its continually developing technology, and its infrastructure that is free of problems. OSTİM is a living brand. "5,000 enterprises, 50,000 workers, 100 different sectors, and thousands of products. OSTİM is a photograph of the strength of enterprise. OSTİM is a Turkish stamp in production."
We told them that there can be also a very harsh criticism towards it, but it will be much more objective if some people who come from abroad and don't have very much information about it are doing that, because in other way, if for example I do about some documentary film about OSTİM, I always will be said that I'm too much biased. I hope you understand.
I don't really know. I had the impression that we'd be entering this huge, massive area of steel and filth, you know, like big factories and with dirt and rusty steel and that stuff. But maybe it was my thoughts that were like carried away, because we were told that there was like this human bazaar where young people were waiting every morning to be picked up for work at the factories there. When we went up the stairs at Austin metro station, there was kind of, everything was totally different. It was like this clean place. There were like these small workshops, like producing and fixing parts for different industrial devices. I was expecting like more like dirt and oil and working men. We were taken to some arranged meeting, like in a couple of small factories. They were producing incubators and some spare parts for General Motors. But these companies of the OSTİM area seemed like very well organized. Like people looked satisfied with their work, and we're like really like trying to figure out the problems they could have with their work circumstance, and we're many times like kind of lost in translation because we had a translator. Nobody spoke really English.
In Turkish tradition, you don't complain too much, especially to a foreigner, about the shit you are living through. Yeah. I think the problem of OSTİM and also all other part is very closely related with all problems of Turkey in some sense.
We found a place that really interested, and we were just walking by this very small workshop that was filled with machines and engines and stuff. And there was like, we met Mustafa, and we entered, and like this old guy, he invited us for tea, and he was just like, he had just injured himself, so like 3 fingers and like bandages, and his son was around to help him with his work because he couldn't work, but he still was like doing stuff all the time. Like he said this one time also when we were talking to him later, that he was actually like gets bored when he doesn't work. So but at this point we had problems with the language, so we decided, like we told them to come back later. But it was very nice there. They were very, very friendly and smiling all the time. So the next day, after asking for getting like into a bigger place, we actually get permission like to visit like a bigger factory. Again, we're guided through a neat and tidy production plant that produces like mainly accessories for the defense industry and some plastic stuff for hospitals. But the factory is like family based, and we get to talk with the boss. Most of the factories we've seen are family based businesses that like expand but still like stay in the family. Got the chance to interview Gulkan. He was like 16-year-old and working in the factory, and while we're interviewing him, the lady who's in charge of us tells us that she has to sit near us because she's bound by the contract they have with the military. And we talked to Gulkan, who's very shy, and he's not even once looking me in the eye. Like he almost doesn't speak, like, and he barely answers the question we ask him. But then he tells us that he has a twin brother who's also like in the same education program as him, like that's organized by OSTİM.
As far as I understood from the program, they in the beginning of that 3 years they sign a contract between company and that OSET place. That company is guaranteeing that we will take that young person when he graduates from your program to a full-time job, if he like comes for 3 years and works with us.
Then we decide to follow the trail of Gulkan's twin brother, and this leads us to a workshop that produces like stuff for elevators. And there's a lot of metal waste on the floor, and the picture is quite a contrast. We're allowed like a private interview with Gulkan's twin brother. They're really friendly to us. So his name is Gurkan, and we sit in the cafeteria with him, and we're allowed to walk around and film and take pictures freely. And they're not really interested in t-shirts. They're explaining stuff, how their like boss is really like this typical Turkish family father, and yeah, and he tells us that he works in the factory 4 days a week, and then he's 2 days in the school, so he's like this 6-day week. Like he works also on Saturday, and his salary is like 400 Turkish liras. That's somewhere around 200 euros per month.
Yeah, salary is actually 30% of minimum wage. It's kind of slavery in that sense.
Yes.
And they actually work. You have to go for 4 days. I don't remember what.
4 days a week.
Yeah, 4 days a week from morning to evening.
Yeah.
And they work there, and you
Like that could be so.
and you really do a job there. You produce something, you repair something.
And his normal working day lasts like 10 hours, and that doesn't include the 1 hour lunch break. So yeah, he doesn't have so much free time. But still, it feels like Görkan is enjoying his work, and he says like that he likes his boss and his workmates, and he doesn't seem to be unhappy because of his low salary or that he sleeps only 3 hours a night. Well, we ask him why he has elected to go to the education program, like in contrast to his friends who like don't go to school but only work, and therefore like they earn at least twice as much as he does. He says that he tells us that he wants to learn, and that the lower salary is like worth it.
Last year there was like a wave of protests all across Turkey against the new social security law, because it's kind of takes back nearly all your kind of guarantees about your social security, and it was even called the getting pension in your grave, because they they raised the age limit of
Pension.
of getting pension.
When what is it now?
So how many?
Now it's 65.
Yeah.
But for Turkey, 65 is actually a very good age to die, because of the the life quality stuff and stuff like that.
Decided to walk back to Mustapha's workshop. So we have the camera with us, so the neighbors come by, like, because they're kind of like, and they start like chatting with him, and then this weird neighbor of him like abducts us to his workshop where he produces some parts for kidney stone removal machines. We're leaving OSTİM to climb up to the hill, and when I see the whole area from above, it makes me feel calm, but it also like kind of makes me realize how disconnected I am from this whole place.